We will do that then, and then we'll go to Senator Hass, and then he'll come right back to me. I'll have some additional questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Lieutenant General Hoover, the DHS designated the LA 28 Olympics as a national security special event, which means the Secret Service coordinates security for the event. What has it been like to coordinate security for something as big as the Olympics? Do you feel supported by the federal government? What more could we do for that?
Well, thank you, Senator. I think, as I mentioned at the outset, the Secret Service, especially in LA and at their headquarters level, has been an active participant since the NSSC was designated for the Olympics. The partnership has been incredible. They have a lead special agent in charge of the coordinating the overall event. We have 12 separate subcommittees that are working. Those subcommittees are composed with law enforcement representatives from the local, state, and federal level, so that the coordination is there. I think one area that that we are genuinely concerned about is to make sure that our local and state partners and federal organizations that are involved in security receive 100% reimbursement for their services. It is not something unique to the LA Games. It was done in Atlanta in '96. It was done in 2002 at Salt Lake City. And there is a mechanism to do that on the books. There is a 2013 NSSC grant that was put in place in 2013. I think the enabling grant is still there, but it hasn't been funded and the program hasn't been activated. And I think that's an area that the Senate could look at and the Congress can look at as to think about reactivating that grant program. It is a concern, I think, of all of our constituents and partners that are working on security, is to ensure that reimbursement it comes through.
And Mr. Kinder, I have a quick question for you. I have heard that the World Cup will be likely described as the day before Thanksgiving for 3 months straight. I've done that once, and I don't ever want to do that again. So do you feel like that's effective description? And do you feel that we have enough TSA and CP officers? Are there anything that we can do, anything better? What kind of concerns do you have for that?
Thank you, Senator, for that question. Certainly more officers is important. And I mentioned earlier that it takes roughly 18 months to deploy these officers. And so trying to do that as soon as possible is really important. But that's where technology to enable those officers to act more efficiently comes on board. So some of the things I mentioned, like biometric screening and enhanced baggage processing, makes the whole system work much more quickly. So Congress can support these efforts by allocating funding for the staffing increases, but also expediting some of those technology upgrades.
Okay, I see the back.